Manchester United's priority striker target has now been confirmed, with Viktor Gyökeres being part of the list, but also a four-man striker shortlist reported by Santi JFM. Fresh reports, fresh talks with Viktor Gyökeres and Victor Osimhen, the two Victors, if Man United makes Europa League. But also Liam Delap, what's going on? More likely, reports are now saying that Liam Delap is moving away to Chelsea. Hence why Man United are looking to get more senior experience. We've also been linked to Mbeumo from Brentford. Guys, get involved. There is a poll starting on this one, but we have also something really massive. We're talking about 2 meters and 2 centimeters new Serbian monster goalkeeper. We're talking about Vanja Milinković-Savić. You might remember the name, Milinković-Savić. Yes, he is the brother of Sergei Milinković-Savić. Guys, and also Bruno Fernandes, Saudi Hilal. That news came out yesterday like a bomba. But, you know, clubs saying, keep your hands off my Bruno. Guys, this is Mick Ruby from MUFC Realist TV with all the latest Man United transfer news. Massive show today. We have so much to depack. But you know what? There's one thing you should definitely do that helps the algorithm. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. And let's dive right into the show, shall we?
And Garnacho!
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Will you be in the dugouts at Old Trafford on Sunday? I will be here. Definitely.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go. That was Bruno to say, okay, let's go. And yesterday we saw some news coming out in the ether that, you know, Al Hilal or Al Halal or I don't know, the Saudi League is apparently wanting to bid massively for Bruno Fernandes. There was reports coming out from non-credible journalists, but that was kind of nipped in the bud to say, even from Fabrizio Romano, to say that, you know what, he ain't going nowhere. Al Hilal has been chasing Bruno for past 2 years. It is like me chasing Margot Robbie and getting, like, you know, rejected. Doesn't mean that I still not interested in Margot Robbie. I will still try. You know, damn if you don't, damn if you don't. But reports saying that he ain't going nowhere. He's part of Ruben Amorim's massive plans, and I can understand. I've been seeing on some Twitter, some fans are saying, well, sell Bruno Fernandes. We can utilize that money. But hang on, it will take you years to develop another Bruno Fernandes. But guys, anyway, get involved with the poll, because the main story, what we're going to talk about today, is 100% the Man United are priority strikers of Viktor Gyökeres if they win Europa League. We all heard it because we were all a little bit scared about Liam Delap, but there's a 4-man striker shortlist which also includes Victor Osimhen, Liam Delap, and another striker. So I created a poll for you, so get involved in the chat. If you had to choose between Osimhen or Delap or Mbeumo or Liam Delap, who would you choose? It's clear and simple for me. If you look at Liam Delap, 14 goals this season. Another learning on the job. Gyökeres, 64 goals this season. Osimhen, 41 goals this season. Mbeumo, another Premier League tax for the same kind of money, 64 million euros. Get involved, please. So let's talk about this. This is Santi JFM coming in, and he's quite credible. He was the one that reported regarding, you know, Ugarte, regarding, you know, the credibility regarding Lenny Euro and stuff like that. So he's been quite accurate when it comes into that. He's saying that Manchester United priority striker this summer if they win Europa League. So by the way, Europa League, we are 2 games away to actually win it. We're playing Thursday, 3-0 aggregate. We should do it. We should walk in the park. And I don't know about Spurs, if they're going to sort of beat Bodø Glimt away. I don't think that Spurs will do it. I think that Spurs will bottle it at the end of the day, with Maddison injured, Solanke injured, X, Y, Z. You know, so the 4-man striker target shortlist, if we make Europa League, it is so significant because that's 100 million in the bank that we can utilize. Is definitely mention Victor Osimhen, Liam Delap, and another European striker. We saw that after we played, you know, Brentford, straight after we were like, you know, getting reports that we are in for Mbeumo with the same price tag. And this doesn't really make sense, right? He's not a number 9. He's a more of a number 10, playing a shadow striker, What do we need that for when we're stacked on that position? Let me know in the comment section what you think. Moving on further down, if we scroll down, what came out yesterday from Santi JFM as well, that a meeting took place between Manchester United and Victor Osimhen's entourage again. You remember this was debunked by, David Ornstein said we are not in for him, but then later on it came and nipped him in the butt to say we are in for him. Osimhen is very keen to join Manchester United. He's keen to join any Premier League, but he wants a salary of 12 million per year, right? This is coming out from Santi JFM. So guys, at the end of the day, you look at Gyokeres, 64 goals, right? Is it worth the money? 64 definitely is. If you look at, Osimhen, 41 goals this season, and he wants 12 million per year. Pay him the money, because this one thing that we know, we've been watching the whole season, we're not scoring goals, right? And you need that sort of senior striker to come in again to teach the youngsters, to teach Chidobe Martin, to teach Rasmus Højlund if he stays at United, because there's reports saying that he might go on a season loan for Juventus or Atalanta. So guys, at the end of the day, the return on investment is goals. I know that Ineos is saying, well, we're looking for Delap because he fits the profile of what we want to recruit. But that, again, is another learning on the job. As somebody scored 14 goals, it doesn't really matter if you then add on Cunha to provide more creativity. 14 goals versus 64 and 41. That speaks volumes. So that, for me, is a return on investment. Even if you are 26, 27 years of age, you still have a lot of years of football to play as a striker. We've seen that Ronaldo, he's still playing, by the way. As a striker, you kind of develop and, understand more when to run, when not to run. So you kind of reserve and save your body. Strikers, they do not a lot of running, in my opinion. If you think about a fullback that runs up and down the pitch. So strikers tend to last long. And I just think it's criminal if you don't add it. But there has been reports saying that this is now confirmed. This is the priority striker positions: Osimhen, Gyökeres, Delap, and another European striker. Let me see what you guys are saying. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the channel. Let's see. Robert is here. What are you saying, Robert? We're tired of hearing fake news. Well, it's not really fake news. There's no smoke without fire. And even if it's fake news, it's our duty as a community to report what's out there, Robert. So we don't really create news. Rush Mano is saying, no Bruno, no goals. Simple as that, really. Yeah, 100% Rushy. I agree with you. I've seen some other YouTubers saying, well, I'd take 150 and sell Bruno. But yesterday when we did Jarvis's Tactical Corner, I said it myself in that stream to say, well, yeah, you can take the money and reinvest in the squad. But how long will it take you to get a similar quality like Bruno? It will take you 2 to 3 years to get up to that speed. Bruno, in my opinion, it's no brainer. He came in that January, hit the ground running, never been injured, always available, plays through injuries, stat pattern. I mean, the stat shows himself. The number of goal creations, the number of goals he's scoring, that is hands off. And you can see that Amorim is kind of really depending on Bruno as part of the cog in that team, in the rebuild team. So I agree what you're saying here. No Bruno, simple as that. Simple. Big up Paul S as well from USA. Luman is saying, big up legend Mick. Big up Luman to you. I'm just a normal fan like you, Luman. So big up to you. You're also a legend. Paul S is saying what you're saying here. My personal preference is Gyökeres, but I'll be happy with Osimhen. A proven elite striker is a must. And that is the point. That is the point, Paul, right? So again, if you look at Delap, 14 goals in a maiden season at Ipswich, they're getting relegated. Sure, Wilcox is keen on him. Sure, he's been tracking him, and sure, he wants to sort of pound himself in the chest to say, this is my signing. This is what I want. This is what I discovered. And then you look at Gyokeres, who played under Amorim, that, he knows him quite well, right? It's a plug and play because he already knows the system, right? You won't take Gyökeres long to sort of integrate into the team. Of course, when you start a new job, of course, you got to understand the culture. You got to learn your teammates, your new colleagues. That's not going to take you that long. What matters is the football on the training ground in Carrington and how you sort of conduct yourself on the pitch. Both Osimhen, if you look at Osimhen, then of course, he's not wanted at Inter. They don't want him. Or, sorry, Napoli. He's not wanted, right? So they're panicking. They're really panicking. It's similar to Manchester United's Marcus Rashford situation. We don't want Rashford back at all because that is a problem. So they're willing sort of to look at it, but he's got 1 year left on his contract. So is there something that Man United can do to utilize, as an extortion? I would say, like, okay, go in and offer him lower on installment, but 12 million is not that huge if you look at in wages. Again, Delap, Gyökeres, Osimhen, or Mbeumo, which is Premier League proven from the same price reported. For me, it doesn't really make sense to have an Mbeumo. He's a number 10. He's not a number 9. So I agree with what you're saying here, Paul S. as well. Your preference is Gyokeres. The same as mine. I'm a big fan. He's a Swedish guy. And of course, me being half Swedish, half Serbian. And we're going to speak about Serbian and the Serbian links to Manchester United further down in this video as well. Let me see what the comments is also saying. Paul is saying Bruno, player of the season. Keep our captain, 100%. I just don't understand the criticism from certain fans. I just don't. He's the player of the season easily. No Bruno, no party, right? But perhaps fans are sort of expecting more because he has this trajectory ever since he came into Manchester United, always delivering. So whenever not Bruno is not delivering, people are going apeshit. You know what I mean? But if you notice that Bruno under Amorim, he's become more disciplined. There's no more Hollywood passes. He's quite disciplined, like, you know what I mean? When he plays out to the deep, like, he's such a creator as well. Good afternoon to you, Triple M, all the way from South Africa in the house. Triple M in the house. Good afternoon to you. Hell, I take Kane. Kane, will you take Harry Kane? Are you mad? Minion. I wouldn't take Kane. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. He's too old, Nah, that ship has sailed, right? We might even have a discussion to go in for Jamie Vardy. No way. Irfan in the house saying, I need a world-class number 9. And this is the topic. Fresh talks are held. Manchester United are swaying course. I think that Irfan, that they were so confident that they will kind of land, Liam Delap based on the pulling power of Manchester United. But lately we've seen that we are kind of moving away. There's nothing really saying about Liam Delap, and most reports saying Chelsea is going to take him. Good. Let him have him, right? Chelsea just hovering up talent. They have a 50-man squad and FFP looming to bite them in the ass. Smash that like, but Rushmane is saying 100% people, don't forget to smash that like. It's not often that I get the opportunity to go live lately because I'm swamped with my personal life and work. And subscribe to the channel. Big up Rushmane. Thank you for that as well. Okay, so let me check the poll, what you guys are saying here. Listen, I'm going to keep this poll going still, but I said in the poll, if United are spending 64 million on a striker, who would you pick? Osimhen, Gyökeres, or Mbeumo? I didn't put, for some reason, put Liam Delap because he's not worth that kind of money. But 25% of you in the community voted on Osimhen, 8% on Mbeumo, and the winner in this poll is Gyokeres, 67%. I'm going to end this poll. I'm going to talk about it because that is volumes, in my opinion, because a lot of you understand football. A lot of you that's tuning in understand that the value of the KPIs, the key performance indexes, of getting a more experienced striker. In this case, we're talking about Viktor Gyökeres 2 years in a row being the Golden Boot winner in Europe. Some people say, well, hang on, it's only Portugal League. But damn it, he's also scored in the Champions League, right? He's also got proven experience from Coventry, from Brighton. So he knows. And the thing is, the most important thing is the integration in the squad, right? The Swedish mentality, the Ruben Amorim connection. Hell, Ruben even made him to the striker that he is today, right? And now he's playing without Ruben. So for me, any given Sunday, just get me Gyokeres. That is my preference, my opinion. And it's so important on Thursday that we go to, Bilbao again, and we faced Spurs or Bode Glimt, and we win that final win, lift that trophy. And that means that 100 million definitely would change the way we do business. But I think that Man United, on the other hand, have made the plans either without Champions League money to approach Gyökeres. And that is what Ruben Amorim had a pop, like, when they had the post-match interview, when he said, like, speaking about Gyökeres, to say you should come to the club, playing for the club, not just for the competition. I think it was Ruben sort of sending a message to Victor, right? We've seen reports early, like, even from Plettigol, saying that there has been numerous talks over the past couple of months, but he hasn't given the green light. But if Man United makes Champions League, I think we get a Gyökeres. Arsenal are pulling the weight right now. Arsenal, I think that they're going to get him. They think they're going to persuade him, similar to what Al Hilal is doing with Bruno for the past 2 years. They're flirting with the idea, but at the end of the day, they know if Gyökeres and Man United marries together, he will say yes to Ruben and Manchester United. I'm pretty confident, Bergat. You can clip this, but I feel confident that he will choose Man United over Arsenal. It would be guttering to see Arsenal sign him, snub us right in front of our eyes. A Ruben Amorim prodigy going to our rival Arsenal. Anyway, guys, that is absolutely criminal if that happens. Listen, we're going to go into the goalkeeper situation as well. Listen, before I do that, Cavani, Strongbow Cavani, I agree with you, but he's happy in South America. Yes. God, Cavani was such a breath of fresh air. Like, the way he timed his runs, it was so professional, but he was also injury prone, which led to he didn't play for us that much. But the way Mason Mount and Rashford and everyone learned from him, it was priceless. I take Cavani back as a coach or anything in the sort of a striker coach for the young strikers as well. Let me see what you guys are saying. Irfan is saying he's fast to Viktor Gyökeres, 100%. Gordon McNee in the house. Big up, Gordon. Hi, Mick. It's hard to pick which striker to buy. Lots of variables. United spent big in the past and got their fingers burnt. Yes, but that was because we didn't have a proper scouting department. We didn't have proper footballing people in department that understand football. They just looked at shirt sellers, Just imagine the media if Gyökeres is signed and he doesn't score immediately. That's true. As soon as a player signs for Man United, he's apparently shit. Everyone will scrutinize him. That's a bad sign. Oh, look at that. You remember when we actually linked to Cunha and we were going to get him over the line? There was a new stat coming out, which was baffling. Who walks most in the Premier League? And that leader was Cunha. Seriously. Paul is saying, I was buzzing when we got Højlund. Lots of potential, no track record. We can do that again. Let me think. I was also buzzing, but we overpaid 72 million, right? We absolutely got our pants pulled down. He's not worth 72 million, and he wasn't supposed to be the leading striker. This season, he's been suffering a lot because his confidence is not there. To be 22, 21, to lead the striking force and have nobody, no senior to learn from or to mentor you, impossible. So even if we get a Gyökeres in, like or an Osimhen, he can learn so much because I believe that he's a player in Rasmus. We saw that first season. Will Man United send him out on a loan to develop? I don't think so. I think that if we get a senior striker, we will see Rasmus Højlund playing number 2 striker. Zirkzee is not a striker, he's number 10. And then potentially see Chido Obi Martin getting minutes here and there off the pitch as a third striker. Anyway, let me know what you think. Irfan is saying Victor Osimhen open to Manchester United transfer amid talks with Red Devils over a 75 million deal as Ruben Amorim lines up alternative to Sporting Lisbon star Viktor Gyökeres. 100%. Yeah, true that, because Fabrizio Romano also said that, He absolutely said that. Let's dive into the massive news of today, guys. Let's talk about goalkeeper. We all been talking about Andro Onana. It's not a Amorim sign. It's not a goalkeeper that he wants. We see that we're not really playing out of the back properly, right? And his distribution, what we got him for, is not really showing, right? We sort of recruited a ball-playing goalkeeper, but he hasn't showed that, right? Man United are looking for a shot stopper, a solid shot stopper. it was a mistake to get rid of De Gea, but it wasn't, it was pretty much Ten Hag's signing. Ten Hag screwed over De Gea over to get a ball-playing goalkeeper. And of course, obviously went to, this guy's played with me before in Ajax. Let's get him. He played in the Champions League with finals with Inter. So let's get him. But ever since they came into Man United, too many howlers, too many mistakes. Even if you sort of shore up the defense, you will still concede goals. There's always that fear. And that is what Man United reportedly are saying, that Altar Bayander as number 2 is not the goalkeeper for them to keep. I think that Altar Bayander is on his way out from the club. We saw, against Arsenal, he saved a lot of penalties, good shot stopping, but God, his distribution is horrible. Now, massive news. We have Vanja Milinković-Savić. Who is he? I know because I'm Serbian and I've been following the Serbian national team. I now know that he's the brother of the infamous Sergej Milinković-Savić. You know Sergej, he's the brother. So according to the reports, adding this to the stage, confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. When Fabrizio Romano says something, it means solid information that Manchester United had added Torino goalkeeper Vanja Milinković-Savić to the shortlist for a new goalkeeper. Initial contests had been taking place as is among of the candidates for the next season. United are waiting on the price tag and more. Furthermore, Fabrizio Romano also come in to say that, yes, if we scroll down, there's more news coming out from him to say that he's open, definitely open. Yes, Fabrizio Romano continues with a new tweet to say Vanja Milinković-Savić would be keen on joining Manchester United, according to Fabrizio Romano. Guys, he's available for 17 million release clause. This is something that I think the Man United are looking, something in cheap, something between 17 and 20 million. We don't want to spend massive money on a goalkeeper. But who is he? Let's dive into his stats. For you that haven't seen or heard about him, I know about him. He's a giant, 2 meters and 2 centimeters tall. That is a massive wingspan, mate. If you stand in the middle of the goal and you throw yourself, you don't have to dive much. If you know, you know. Let's go right into his profile. Vanja Milinković-Savić, 2 meters and 2 centimeters. I don't speak metrics. I'm just speaking centimeters. So you guys have to figure out in feet. He's 28 years of age, right-footed, and he's Serbian. And the market value is 10 million, but the release clause is 17 million. In terms of his clean sheets, this is impressive, and penalty saves. 10 clean sheets, 37 goals conceded in 34 matches. So he played 34 matches, 37 goals conceded. That is not much, right? He played 3,060 minutes and 4 penalties saved out of 5. This is a shot stopper, people, right? Imagine 2 meters and 2 centimeters tall. What a shot stopper, right? We have a video clip to show you as well, without sound. But however, if we look at his overall stats, the number of saves is 100% green, 123 saves. Save percentage is 76.9, massive. Goals conceded 37, okay. Goals prevented 9.5. It's 100% there as well. Clean sheets 10. Wow. Penalties faced 5. Penalties saved 4. He's a sweeper keeper as well. High calm 36%. He's calm. 95.3% calmness. Distribution though. I mean, you can argue to the point that what is the, description of a goalkeeper? For me, it's always to stop the bloody ball to go in, But the modern goalkeeper, what they demand, you should be good on the feet. Pass accuracy, though, 63.3 percentile. That's not so good. But accurate long balls, wow, 259, which is 100%. Long ball accuracy, 35%, which kind of, can spray it out, but who doesn't, right? At the end of the day, his discipline, yellow cards 2, red cards 0. So man, this is a monster. This is a monster. At the end of the day, guys, let me go into the chat. I think that for that kind of money, 70 million release clause, I said, do the deal, right? I've been following And I know that he's such an amazing goalkeeper. 4 penalty saves out of 5. That speaks volume in terms of how you are as a goal stopper. Let's see. See what the comment is saying. Yes, Irfan is saying that Onana is the big flop, like Mount Shaw out. I agree what you're saying there, Irfan, as well. Mount and Shaw, his days is numbered. Like, he cannot play on this high level anymore, right? I think that we will try to phase out Luke Shaw to Premier League club, lower at the bottom of the league. I don't know. His career is over, in my opinion. But hey, we're not the sporting directors. We don't really know what's going on. But that's massive wages. We can save 200k a week on somebody who doesn't play. Gordon McNee saying, I've checked some clips of the goalkeeper United are interesting in. He looks commanding and he's great shot stopper. 100% he is, Gordon. If he can be picked up for a reasonable fee when we need to go and get him ASAP, 100%. 17.6 million release clause. And you know how Manchester United operate. They will go in. There is definitely interest. They are talking. Fabrizio Romano is saying there's no problem with the goalkeeper. He wants to join. Who wasn't, So you already have a goalkeeper that is interested to join. It's easier to make the deal. You go then and sort of negotiate personal terms, and then you go to to Fiorentina or Turin, and say, listen, 17 million. We do that in installments. Barabish, barabush. We might get him for 5 million or 4 million only this season if you pay 5 years installments. That is good business. You know what I mean? And by the way, this is the way we're going to do business this season as well. We're looking at players on release clauses, and we can negotiate, installments, so that we don't have to pay a lot of money up front. So we might have a net spend this season on 50, 60 million by doing those 4 or 5 years on rotations. Anyway, another giant Serbian goalkeeper. I'm in. Yes, United have good fortune with Serbians. If you know, you know, right? The legend, Nemanja Vidic, the monster. We also had, who did you had in the midfield? A giant. What was his name? Matic as well. Guys, I am all in for Serbians. If you know, you know. Hey, I'm being half Serbian as well. Dobar dan. Kako si. Mr. Delisi is saying, United, I want to Gyökeres, Cunha, Edison, Mastachuno, Osimhen to United better next season. Yes, 100%. I was thinking about this Jonathan Tah on the free. Will we get it, or will he go to Real Madrid? If Real Madrid comes, it's a free transfer, it's a free lunch. They always land Jonathan Tah. But I like Edison, 100%. I like Mastachuno. But there's also reports saying that Chelsea are in deep shit regarding the FFP. They've been overspending and might look to offload. What's his name? Oh, Cole Palmer, right? Rest assured they're going to slap 100 million price tag on him. But I see Mastachuno as equally good, even better than Cole Palmer. So I will go all in for Mastachuno to create the next Cole Palmer. You know. Score more goals with Gyokeres, concede fewer goals with the giant goalkeeper. 2 big problems solved. I applaud that, mate. That is the way football works. Even if Man United keeps Onana and reinsure the defense and start scoring more goals, we can still make by. But you don't want to concede a lot of goals. You know what I mean? You want to keep as many clean sheets as possible and score a lot of goals, and that creates a very massive goal difference, in my opinion. Z1 is saying, Paul S., what potential, only 9 goals in this season, dead food. Who are you talking about, Z1? 9 goals in the season. Delap has 14 goals in the season. Milinković is class. 100% peeps, 100%. Let's dive into the video clip that I want to share with you today, guys, if this allows me. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Let's play this clip, and now you understand. I will play it without sound. Now try to sort of put it up on the screen. Here we go. And hopefully YouTube will not clip me for copywriting. But this is basically Vanja Milinković-Savić, 28 years of age, 2 meters and 2 centimeters tall, a giant. He looks like a lumberjack, like a Serbian Viking. But Serbians didn't have Vikings. Let's play the clip and enjoy. Look at this. Look at this giant. Look at this commanding. I shit your pants if this guy comes against me. Whoa. What a save. Shot stop. Another shot stop. A penalty save. I tell you, this guy has a wingspan like, oh my God. Right. For 2 meters and 2 centimeters tall, he's fast. Whoa. You see what I mean with the wingspan? Right. Give me that any given Sunday. Come on. And another penalty save. Boom. Shit a brick. You shall not pass. It's like putting Peter Crouch in goal. Oh, look at that. Yep. Reflexes are good. Yep. He does a hockey goalkeeping. Oh, yes. What a wingspan. Yep. Easily pick up the ball here. Yeah. I like it. Oh, yeah. What a save. What a save. Yes. Out with long legs. Yeah, and this is the perfect way how to sort of push out the ball. Not like Onana straight to the opponent. Push it sideways. Wow. Yeah, me like. Good saves. Sweet. Oh yeah. Are you getting excited? I mean, I'm saying that. Look, he might come in as a number 2, but he might challenge Onana as well. You know, you never know. I think we've seen enough of Vanja Milinković-Savić to sort of get a feeling what kind of goalkeeper is. And this is thanks to Twitter. Like, you know, we love Twitter because a lot of people are posting videos up there and potentially it's not copyrighted. So yeah, we will not get done. But this is for educational purposes only, like, you know. Will we get him 17.6 million? Definitely an upgrade. Definitely an upgrade. So let's resume this stream, and at the end of the day, I'm just gonna go and see what you guys are saying, like, you know. S. Pavlovic. He will become Van de Sar. Potentially, man. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say here, like, you know, wrapping up this stream, is that, you know, Tom Heaton is staying potentially because he's going to sign an extension 1 more year. I don't mind that. You know, he doesn't mind. He doesn't start anyway, but he's such a, you know, 39-year-old. He's such a, you know, leader in the dressing room and good to have around. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then potentially you get the Turkish goalkeeper Bayander out, and you get Milinković-Savić in, you know. Milinković-Savić will like to push, definitely, to be the number 1. I mean, he's 28 years of age, you know, and he's good enough. And he's playing for the Serbian national team. He's playing as the number 1 goalkeeper for Torino as well. So let me see what you got. You're saying, let's get him. Yeah, 100%. For that price, let's get him. He will be... Yeah, Irfan said he needs to come Manchester United number 1. Anyway, guys, thank you all for tuning in. That's all what I have to say today. There'll be more news coming out. We are still waiting for the Cunha news, and I think it's pretty much done and dusted. It's just a matter of fact when we will announce it. It's not a matter of fact of if. We will see. We will see. But I will keep you posted as soon as something new breaking coming out. I thought this was massive. We looked at Vanja Milinković-Savić, 2.2 meter giant Serbian as a potential Onana goalkeeper. We spoke about Gyokeres, fresh talks, Osimhen, fresh talks to Man United. Delap is more likely to go to Chelsea, and also Bruno Fernandes saying, stay away. I'm not going to Saudi, to Al Hilal. Guys, it's been Mick Ruby from MUFC Realist TV. Do me a massive favor. You know what to do. And that's what you should do. Like and subscribe if you're new. I see you to the next time. Glory, glory, Manchester United. I really hope you enjoyed today's live stream. Speak to you later. Bye. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials. crikey, that is a giant. 2.2 meters goalkeeper. I say get him right here, right now. Boom.